Yeah, it's funny you say that everything that you're living a lie, because at your age, right, if you take all the foods that we like, all the sweet stuff that all the kids like, go back to the original version of it and you'd find natural original ingredients, like even, let's look at dairy milk or Coca-Cola or even hot dogs to some degree.
Yeah.
And now in 2025 what you've got is a concoction of chemicals which create the effect of the original product.
Daddy.
Yes.
Coca-Cola's one. I mean, Coca-Cola's probably the most natural because it had cocoa in it.
Well, originally it did, yeah. Originally it would have had cocaine in it. I'd love to go back in time and try original Coke back when it had coca leaves in it. But yeah, now essentially everything that we're getting is a simulation of its former self. You are effectively living in a simulation. Coca-Cola is a simulation of its original formulation. You go out and get a burger and you're getting like a simulated synthetic experience based on the original burger bars of the 1950s and 60s. Even to some degree, when you go out to a bar, the bar is done up with its own theme or style. You're actually indulging in a simulation of something that may or may not have existed. The question is, did the original item ever actually exist? Like all these surfing resorts that we keep going to. So we went to that surfing resort the other day in Malaysia where there's no surf, there's no waves, and yet the whole surfing resort is a simulation of like original 50s, 60s and 70s Hawaiian culture that never actually existed apart from for a small handful of people who were the first people to go surfing in Hawaii. And even now we look back with rose-tinted glasses and we say, well, did that ever actually exist? Are we therefore, you know, people say we're living in a simulation, and I don't think that necessarily means we're all walking around with VR goggles on. I think what they mean is everything is a simulation of its former self. So finding genuine truth and genuine real life and finding genuine real life experiences is the answer. You have to make your own genuine real life experiences.
Wait,
because of that, when we get home, I'm going to throw you both in the pool.
Daddy.
Because that's not simulation of anything, that's just me throwing you in the pool.
Why
Yes.
don't you get the original ingredients, get a Coke leaf and make your own original Coke leaf?
A, it would be illegal. B, it would be expensive, because at the end of the day, everything, I think we need to go there, everything just comes down to money. So in 2025, everything just boils down to the final number, and the final number is the point at which you can extract the maximum amount of profit for something, and that is the only thing that matters for 99% of, well, that's really the way the world goes round. So finding truth and integrity and honesty amongst a world that is only focused on profit is a difficult thing to do, because also you want to do things that you want to do things in life that contribute to your genuine well-being, not that just contribute to somebody else's profit margins. And that's difficult because
there's an army.
Oh yeah, we found the army.
Okay.
It's quite easy to get on in life if you're only interested.
Have you done wrong?
Well, no, we're just joining the army. Oh, he's telling me to go that way. I don't want to go that way. I want to film the army. You don't want to go down there though.
They've got guns.
It's quite easy to get on in life if the only thing you're interested in is money, because it's very, very easy to be interested in money. But what's not easy is finding meaning, which is why some people get so lost when they come into lots of money. People win the lottery, it changes their life overnight, and then they realise that actually it wasn't about the money.
Is this the right way?
I'm monologuing, but the quest for the money is the meaning of life. So if people get in a position where it's not an AK, it's an AR. In GoldenEye, I'd call that an AR-33, but I don't think that's what it's called.
This is like a sub.
It was an assault rifle. Yeah, people lose the meaning of life when they come into money. So people work and they find meaning in their work. And if you gave someone a load of money and said, no, you don't need to work anymore, for a lot of people it would just cause massive amounts of confusion, because they wouldn't know what to do with their lives, because although they think they are working to live, they're actually living to work. It becomes a part of who and what they are. Now the answer is finding a way to live your life in a way that you don't spend all of your time with people that you don't like because you feel like you're obligated to.
You're talking about drinks and ice creams and crisps. Just turn into talking about life and money.
This is a philosophy lesson because most people spend more time with their work colleagues than they do with their family and their children. Most people only spend time with their children up until they're age about 14. So you got all this ideal of having a family and building a family and building a home, and then nobody actually spends any time in the home altogether. And I don't really want to do that, and I've never really wanted to do that. So you've got to find a way to get on in the world that allows you to live true to yourself whilst remaining honest to what you are, but also being aware of everything that I've just said. That sound good?
Yeah,
I'll probably forget that in like an hour or so.
I forgot everything you were saying at the start of all the ice cream and stuff.
Excellent. When you're old, you'll look back on this and you'll think, hey, actually, my old dad, he did know what he was on about, but then after that journey, he went home and threw us in the pool, so...
I don't think you're allowed
Right.
to film that.
We're now driving along the army base, and a lot of the vehicles in there are UN vehicles.
They're tanks.
You see those flashing up through the gaps?
They're tanks.
Why are there so many UN vehicles in Malaysia? What's going on there? Because we saw a UN Land Cruiser earlier on, didn't we? It went past us. And I thought, that's odd.